Friends, host Eric here. Host of Talking with Famous People, and what some people might call one of the greatest miracles of all time, I have successfully logged in to my account on my new phone after struggling with it for 2 days. 2 days did I struggle with this matter, trying to get logged in on my new phone, and tonight I was finally able to do it. And you know what I feel? I feel like a sense of wonderful relief. Like, oh, thank God this isn't more of a hassle. So, I'm not going to be streaming for long. I just wanted to try it out. I wanted to give it a test drive, Test driving the new phone. Yes, kitty, I know. Do you have to meow all the time now? Seems good. All right. So, let's take it up for test drive. Let's check out the other side of the camera. See how that looks with all these mini cameras on it. Because, 5 cameras obviously better than 1 camera. Let's see how it zooms. Meow. Look at me zoom. Look at me zoom in. Look at me zoom at the zoom. Yes, I did, G. Congratulations for me. Good job, Eric. You're a real winner in the game of life. You successfully fixed it. You just, stop thinking about it for a while. Stop messing with it. Then it's kind of like we're watching TV, and I was absent-mindedly messing with it a little bit. At first I added Delilah's phone number as like a backup phone, And the other thing is I turned off the flip phone as a device that I logged out of the flip phone and turned it off as a recognized device. I don't know if those things helped or not, but I got Delilah's phone successfully added, and then I realized that it probably is higher fidelity. Probably the microphone is better. Certainly, the front cameras here are excellent. But these are the kind of cameras that really give you an up close and personal view of your kitty. We're making memories, kitty. Did you know that? It's true. You and I, we're making memories. Do you like making memories with Daddy? Yes, exactly. Look at the cute kitty. Let's lower this a bit. We can get a better view of him. That's not a better view. That's a worse view. I just watched this YouTube video about a disaster that happened at a water park where all these high school kids, they did this thing called clogging, where they try to get as many kids to go down the water slide at the same time by backing up. Well, he may be beautiful, but he is a real pill. I wouldn't be in here watching him eat if his neurotic ass didn't demand it. Yes, you're a good boy, McSmoochmoy, and a silly boy, McGillygoy. Daddy knows. He eats just an insane amount, sheds an insane amount. He's a difficult cat across the board. His name's Trouble, for a good reason. He's just, as I was saying earlier, he's a bad cat. It's easy to imagine a bad dog. There's lots of ways you imagine a bad dog, but I've never had a bad cat before. He's mean to his sister, the other cat, He's bossy to us. He thinks he owns us. And that we are supposed to do what he says all the time. Like a lot of times he'll like make me come in the kitchen, even though he's not actually hungry. It's just to force me to come to the kitchen. Oh, isn't this better? Isn't this so much better now that I have my phone working? Oh, what a relief. I was about to throw a panicky shit fit for a second there. Now, I'm back to business with how I normally operate. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get a cigarillo from over here. I'm just wearing my underwear right now because I didn't expect to stream again because I didn't expect to get this thing fixed right now, you know? But then, all of a sudden, wait a second, yeah! And it's like, I didn't even, as soon as I successfully logged into my Gmail, I just had to open YouTube and it immediately brought me to where I was, what I was watching on the TV. So it just logged me all into YouTube and everything. It's just like, thank the Lord. What a wonderful occasion. Oh my God, I mean, that's one good thing about it. It's one good thing about, what do you call it? About difficult problems is when you do eventually solve them, it's very satisfying. So, you know, according to the phone lady who sold me this phone, I need to put this beer back in the garage. I mean, I could leave it out here, but they're never going to put it in the fridge. I'll just put it in here. That way, if I need to use a beer to cook with, I just grab it from up there. Because, you know, I don't drink alcohol, but I do cook with it. I'm going to have one of these drinks here. This is a right? So, accordingly, I figure it'll contribute with the other things to help me to go to sleep. Oh, I see. I've never taken that whole thing off before. This thing, it's like, it's got this weird top. It's basically to make you pour it out of the can, so you can't drink it out of the can. I guess I don't want people walking around drinking out of these things. Makes it difficult to drink out of the can, anyway. Like, it doesn't pour right, you know. Okay. Oh, what a load off my mind that is. That is a real load off my mind. What will I do with the loads on my mind? I'm not certain, but there's loads off my mind. So hopefully you like the look of the new phone. Obviously, the camera on the other side is better than the camera on this side. Because this has just one little camera, and the other side has a shit ton of cameras. Last time, I was wooed by the foldiness of the fold phone. This time, a little bit more practical. I went for a bigger phone. It looked like it had the best cameras on it, because I use a lot of cameras, you know. Royalty 99. I got a new phone today. That's what's bracking. Let me show you what the other side looks like. You know, people do whatever they wish and incur the consequences they incur. These other side cameras, it's got so many cameras on it. But I'll show you in the mirror at some point. You'll see how many cameras go like 6 cameras on the front of it or something. 5. 5 cameras on it. Yeah, I think it's funny when people ask if they can say, yeah. Well, I mean, people can, you can say whatever you are going to say. It's not like I can stop you, and you can incur whatever consequences that incurs. You know, some things will get you hidden, some things will get you timed out. Depends on my mood sometimes. I'm not keeping Palestine locked up. Saunders, stop spamming Palestine stuff. If I had Palestine here, I would have kicked them out a long time ago. Get out of here, Palestine. Go back to Palestine. I don't want to have to keep you at my house all locked up. God. Keeping all of these Palestinians locked up in my house is getting to be such a problem. You know what I'm saying? Is anybody else having that problem? Anybody else been asked to free Palestine? Of course, it's also been pointed out that there may be an offer. Free Palestine. You want some? The answer is no. Everything is right with the world again now that my phone is working properly and is logged in and I can YouTube from my phone. That's what I needed more than anything. And at least I know my Google securitization is good. You know, it's like, it's hard to log in as me, even if you have my password and everything. Which I might change at this point because it's been exposed to the lady at the Verizon store, who I'm sure memorized it. Thank you, Chris Chapin. Thank you. Hello, Jennifer Chafaro. Hello. Do you sometimes think your insecurity makes you assume wrongly of someone who didn't have bad intentions? I am well, and I hope wellness inhabits you as well. I hope we are both well. In fact, I hope together, if we were to add our wellnesses, that we would have enough wellness to host an entire wellness symposium. I think that'd be great. Anyway, makes me assume wrongly of someone? No, I tend to assume people made a mistake and kicked me in an insecurity rather than they were trying to hurt my feelings, which is why I stayed in my last relationship for 2.5 years. I don't understand what the specific insecurity is. You mean an insecurity about assuming wrongly of someone who didn't have bad intentions? Probably like an FI dom, I would guess, would be most likely to do that, but I really don't know. Maybe a TI dom? Depends on whether it's fairness driven or something, I guess. Yeah, the insecurity you're talking about sounds like a a meaningless insecurity to have. It's like, who cares what their intentions were? If they fucked up, they fucked up. If they didn't fuck up, they didn't fuck up. It's like my psychiatrist asked me, "Did you think I'm trying to make? Do you think I was trying to make you mad?" And I said, "No, I didn't think you were trying to be mad. I think you took a very casual, cavalier attitude toward the whole thing. I'm mad because of your, not because of something you did exactly, but anyway." He boiled it down to, I'm disappointed in him, which he was right. That's what it boils down to. But for some reason, I just thought like, I don't know, like intentions don't matter much if you're trying to prove a point, right? So it's like I could prove my case that he fucked up by virtue of the fact that I sent him a message, he didn't respond to it. I sent him another message, he tried to pawn me off to a third party, and I was upset about it, you know? But I guess if I guess the reason the real question though was, and this is me as a FI polar person not really understanding it, FI very well. The real question is, why was I mad instead of just getting what I wanted without insisting on accountability, as I call it? And I guess the answer is because I was disappointed in him. That's what he said the answer was. I think now he's feeling sad, probably. I feel sad because I feel sad that he feels sad. Like, oh shit, I wish I hadn't been so meow about it. But I had to be, I was meow because it's like, why are you giving me difficulties? I don't want your difficulties. And it's funny, you can see me kicking him in his eighth slot, which nobody likes being kicked in their eighth slot when I said. Because if this same justification applies for both these things, then your justification is just completely arbitrary, whatever you feel comfortable with. He didn't like me saying that. I saw him like his eyes meow when I said you're being completely arbitrary. Um, People are insecure about their eighth slot function and not paying adequate attention to TI considerations is gonna make him wince. Same as SE for me. Anyway, pretty exciting day. Pretty exciting stuff now. I have gotten my phone working. Right. But then he said, let's just imagine he said, and we cut right to the chase beyond, passed through all the dribble drabble that we went back and forth about. But he just said, okay, you were right. Now you can have what you want. Now what? I would have been like, well, that's not the point. Yes, I want what I want, but I don't just want what I want. I want, oh, wait, you just did say I was right. I don't know what I want now, right? If he would have just done that, I would have just been like, okay, I guess I can't really say anything else then. You admit I'm right. But can you explain why you fucked up? Like, what was. He did explain some things, but anyway, the bottom line is he admitted to just sort of taking it too casually and being kind of cavalier about it. So, I guess we both learned a valuable lesson that day. A lesson about friendship, a lesson about teamwork, a lesson about cooperation, and a lesson about don't fuck with Eric. But I feel bad rather than like proud or whatever. Sassy. I feel bad rather than sassy. High quarters CP3, blessings from Minneapolis, Minnesota. You know, JH points out this is the best Tuesday he's had all week. Me too. And you know who else is from Minneapolis, Minnesota? Prof. That's who. Prof is from there. Yeah, it was a good resolution. Um, I just, I just feel bad because it's one of those horrible FI polar things, right? It's like you're not sure when your feelings are up in the mix. You're really not sure what's going on, and as that was the case with me. I totally understand your feeling, but like, could someone else attribute your reaction as FI-ish? Um, well, yeah, sure, and that's what the doctor was pointing out was that this conversation was really about my emotions. But that's what FI polar is not going to recognize. Usually, the thing is, none of the points I was making were about my emotions. And I didn't think at the time that my emotions were relevant to the conversation. It wasn't until after the conversation, when I reflected upon what he had said, that I was disappointed in him, that I realized, oh, that's why I was so mad. Yeah, he fucked up, but I didn't need to be all upset in order to get that fixed. You can't expect me to understand my feelings. Yeah, FI, it's like it's a way to deliberate things, right? So, but instead of deliberating things wrong or correct, you deliberate them with your emotions. But I have like no conscious access to that. So I interpret those emotions as he's wrong, he fucked up, or whatever, and he needs to learn a thing or two. And I'm going to be the one to teach him. I'm not, I'm a pretty intimidating patient to have because I'm a little bit sassy. I've always tried to be super nice with him and deferential, polite, or whatever, but you see what good it got me. Ah, there we go. Stan references the normal one. Grandpa, you are off your meds again. Or, you know what Stan would have played better is, I guess, the more well composed version of that, which is somebody come get their grandpa. He's off his meds again. That's a popular one. The thing is, I'm not even a grandfather though. I am a father, but my daughter, 26 years old, does not have any children. I only have one child. So I'm not a grandpa. But I'll tell you who's a kitty. This little wonder pants right here. I'm gonna let you take a gander at wonderful, wonderful kitty. Having wonderful times. Oh my goodness. Oh yes. You're a special kitty. And Daddy knows. And Daddy loves. I think it's interesting that Stan represents a demographic of people who think that it has to be odd. It has to be something wrong with somebody my age for them to be on YouTube. Like, you'll be surprised, Stan. You don't change that much as you get older. Basically the same guy your whole life. Oh, kitty pants. Your magnificence is constantly re-astonishing me again. For the first time forever without stopping. So that's my kitty. As you can see, she's a very beautiful kitty. And a good kitty, unlike a bad kitty, who's a bad kitty. Trouble, skedaddle. You go where you want, Kapia. Don't let your psychopathic brother interfere in your business any further. Little Miss Wonder Kitty. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this opportunity to put everything back like it's supposed to be. Because earlier I was live streaming from the laptop, so I had to bring it over there. Let's see. It's supposed to go underneath the TV there. So what I'm going to do is get it. I'm going to unplug the HDMI cable for a second. Unplug the electricity for a second. Whoa. Whoa there, mister. Put that camera down. We're going to put this where it goes, right here. And we'll get this HDMI cable. We'll put it around here and into where it goes, which is right here. There. Now, I'll turn this TV on again. Then we're going to get the power cable. And we're going to plug that over here. In there. Et voila! We're back up and running it as normal. Isn't that absolutely wonderful? Yeah, it is. It's one of the most exciting things I've seen, you've seen, anyone's seen, ever. It's on the list of history's 10 most important things. Now I'm going to pull the live stream up on the big screen where you can see your chats better. Good night, Chris Chapin. Gramps knows it all. I do. I know it all, but I'm still not Gramps. That's one of the things I know. I could teach you some of the things I know if you want, but only in song form. Okay, I need to pause this. Go on. There we go. There, isn't that nice? I may not be a Gramps, but I know a whole lot of things. Yes, I know it all. And I'm gonna teach you a whole lot of things. Like, did you know that there are 5 kinds of animals? Birds, reptiles, mammals, and fish, and something else that I don't remember right now. Maybe it's amphibians, maybe it's amphibians. I think it's amphibians, yeah. boys hitch rides on alligators all the time. Well, that was a wonderful song. I call it Ode to Things. Ode to things that are important. Watch out when you go into the desert. There's not a lot of water there for you to drink. There's even less than you think. If you get stuck out there all night, you might die. It's hot in the day, but at night it gets cold. It gets cold. Okay, that's another thing I have to teach you. Remember, this is how you end your song. Always end it with an ending. I said ending. There we go. Thanks for ending it. You did a good job, keyboard. I think you're wonderful. I admire you in your ways. Add a different instrument. Well, I'm not very good at playing the keyboard, so I could play the guitar if you want. What do you do while high? Everything. What's my favorite kind of music? Good music. I can share with you Chappy Tracks, which is my playlist of hits that I listen to. Got like 200 songs on it, all of which are great songs, and also on the snappier side, like not so the segment you did on the Club WP 6000 stream was nice. So timestamp on the comment. Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'd be down for an interview, sure. Of course, laugh or leave. I'm down for an interview for sure. Yes, I am. I'm sorry I didn't answer it at first. It takes me a second to get to everything. Okay, I'm slow, like like a mentally disabled person. So afford me accommodations. Thank you for your capital letters accordingly. Yeah, I make music high all the time. I don't drink coffee. No, I didn't drink any coffee recently. I'm trying to get myself like downer to sleep. What would I do on a blind date? I guess the same thing I do on a regular date, which is if I were dating someone where I live now, I guess I would take them to the Mariposa Museum. Well, good for you, but I'm married. How much do you sleep? I sleep a lot. Yes, I have very active extroverted intuition. I don't need even as much prompting as I have here to carry on indefinitely. Can you give us some life advice of things you've learned over the years? I can reflect upon some things I've learned, are things like, for me, if I could go back and change things, I'd go back and change things where I hurt somebody, where I was dishonorable, etc., rather than carrying, I don't, like, missed opportunities and or either regrets because of either missed opportunities or choosing the wrong opportunity or something like that. Those things don't really bother me. But instances where I feel like I hurt somebody or didn't behave up to my own standards, those instances can make me feel very much shame shivers and or guilt shivers or whatever. So I would like to if I were to give anybody advice that was applicable to me, it would be try to be mindful of other people, put yourself in other people's shoes. But that's because that's my blind spot is my own feelings and FI is deliberative function. And so for somebody else who has a different blind spot, like it's like for some people, you should tell them you need to pull the trigger more. Hesitation, he who hesitates is lost. You hesitate too much. On the other hand, some other people you need to think before you leap because you keep your lack of hesitation keeps getting you in trouble. Did I ever think people would be happier if I left? Not really. I thought that on a few occasions that I I mean, there were times when I was drinking still, when I certainly felt as though it would be a fortunate happenstance if I were to get hit by a bus or something. And I guess I probably underestimated the extent to which it would devastate other people in my life. But regardless, um, I never seriously considered, self-deleting. Do you pass out from drinking too much and sleep? I did when I drank alcohol. I don't drink alcohol now. This is a marijuana drink. I haven't drank alcohol in 11 years. And by and large, that once I quit drinking, I became mentally healthy. Like I no longer I didn't feel so much shame and anxiety and self-loathing and all the things that I felt when I was still drinking. So things were kind of rosy toesy until a few months before my dad died, which is when things kind of started getting nuts. No, this isn't a fake beer. This is a weed drink. It's called Saint Ides. It's got 100 milligrams of THC in here. I'll show you what it looks like, G. They make the cans so you can't really drink it out of the cans because I guess they don't want you drinking it out and about. That's why I got it in a glass, but this is what it's called. Saint Ides High Tea. They're so delicious. I went and got 12 of them yesterday when I was in Merced. They're really good. I mean, I could drink it just as a drink. What's my favorite alcohol? Well, I don't drink anymore, but I used to like, I liked old fashions with whatever kind of whiskey, really. I prefer Jim Beam over Jack Daniels, but obviously if I could get some fancy craft whiskey, that'd be better too. I liked gin and tonics with Bombay Sapphire. I like, as far as beer goes, I like Guinness a lot. I have alcohol here right now, see, but we have Tanqueray because I wasn't the one who's going to be drinking it. We've got more alcohol back in the garage too. We've got these beers right here. These are for cooking. The alcohols are for cooking. I've got some red wines over here, a white wine in the fridge. All of them for cooking. We never drink a drop of it. Cooking or guests. The reason the beer's out is because the neighbors came over the other day, and they drink alcohol, so we had alcohol for them. Yeah, I do. I do use the wines for cooking. Exactly. Not so much for cooking sauces, although that's a good idea, but rather simply as a deglazer. Didn't they put alcohol in pasta? I mean, what would you use beer for when cooking? Just as a deglazer, basically. You can cook anytime you're cooking some kind of meat or something that you don't want to burn, but you don't want to use water because you don't want it to be like boiled or something. I might cook, say, 4 chicken tenders that I'm going to use to make 4 chicken sandwiches, 2 for me, 2 for Rachel, but she's only going to eat one of them, so usually I make 3 sandwiches, but let's pretend I was making 4 sandwiches. Because that seems like the right amount for one full beer. Then you have 4 chicken tenders, you pour 1 full beer in there. You let that liquid all boil off and turn them over a couple times. Then you cut it into pieces with your scissors and you put it on the bread, and there you go. No, I don't have buttermilk on hand. Jesus Christ. You're telling me a weed instead of lettuce McDonald's burger at home DIY? No, I don't put weed on my burgers at home. Alfred says gin tastes too much like pine needles. Okay, well, I like gin and tonics. I find them to be like the most refreshing of all your cocktails. If you're thirsty and you want a cocktail, the gin and tonic is perfect. If it's a hot day, Of course, you can also go for a cold beer. Fortunately, beers have the secret formula. A secret formula for what? Oldie has few breaths to breathe. That's it. I mean, none of us know how many breaths we have to breathe. I'm only 53. I might have 40 more years worth of breaths. So, whereas, you might get hit by a car tomorrow and have no more breaths. Did I like margaritas? Sure, I drank margaritas, but I wasn't a huge tequila fan. Tequila is the taste that stays with you the longest. Stays with you like all through the next day. You're still tasting tequila. What's my favorite marijuana strain? Well, I like Jack Herrera a lot, but I've been smoking a lot of it. What do you even watch on TV? I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of anime. I watch sports. I like college basketball. I'm a huge fan of I gotta plug this phone in. I'm a huge fan of the USC women's basketball team. John says Scotch is his least favorite. Oh, I'm sure there is. Yeah, Ruben. I don't doubt that there is. Okay, is it still back here? Yes. Oh yes, it's still back here. Okay, we're gonna use this thing here. What anime am I watching right now? I'm watching all the current season on Crunchyroll, plus that badminton anime on Netflix. I forget what it's called. But as far as the current season stuff, I like Headhunted to the Big Four. Average Salary Man, Headhunted to the Big Four. I like that one. Shangri-La Season 2 is fine. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of fine this season. It's better than last season, the season before, but nothing really takes my breath away. Apothecary Diaries is excellent in season 2. We'll see if it's as good as season 1, but in the end. But at the moment, it seems like very good. Where's the cable for this thing? There's a cable somewhere else? Please tell me She gave me this kind of charging cable for this thing. Go look in the back of the car. God damn it. Why are there so many problems? What's the allure of anime? I've seen Cowboy Bebop, some of it. I don't really like it. It's overrated in my opinion. Let's see. I don't think I have a cable for this. That dumb woman. She didn't give me the other thing too. This other thing too. $20 universal USB CPD wall charger adapter, but no cable. It's not an iPhone. It's a new Samsung, but it's got this other kind of cable that seems different than the ones I have now. Like, look at this. See, it's like this small size, but I don't have any cable for this. What kind of fucking bullshit is this? Give me the block, but not a cord that goes with it, and I have no cord to go with it? What in the fuck? Did I have a cord that came with it I put down someplace? That's possible. I don't think so, though. Oh my god. How fucking annoying. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't have any cable that goes with it. So make sure you only use the lightning one. It didn't come with one, I shit you not. There's no cable in here. Okay, well, I'm just gonna plug in the regular charger, I guess. Hopefully it works. Okay, where's the regular charger? Over here. Let's see if it works. Yes, it works. It's fine. I'll have to get a charging cable for this one. For fudge's sake, what is this world coming to? What is this world coming to when they sell you this? Like, I guess it comes with the phone. I don't know. But they don't even get you. They don't even give you a cable for it. The woman knows the phone I had before. She should assume I have none of these cables. I don't know what that is, Kobini. I don't know what that is. They're Koreans, Alfric. Samsung's Korean. It's like, clearly, they've forgotten all about World War II and the Korean War, in which we protected them from the Japanese and the North Koreans, respectively. Shame on them. All right, well, I will get one of those things. It's C on both sides, huh? I don't really want to Google it. I'm assuming it's dirty if somewhere. And the thing is, I'm rather caught up with all the various slang terms and everything, but I have not heard that one. Male C on both ends. Okay, I have to order one. I'm supposed to be getting my 1/4 inch cables in the mail tomorrow. Oh yeah, I know what you mean, Ruben. I know exactly what you mean. In case you didn't notice, I winked. That's what I do when I want to communicate subtle things with people. I'm a real winker. That's what people always said about me my whole life. They said, it's not an iPhone. I don't know what kind of thing iPhones use. This is a Samsung phone. It's a Galaxy S25 Ultra. See? And it's logged in. And guess what? It's basically the same thing as my old phone. Except this one works and the old phone was broken. So it just cost a bunch of money for no good reason. But presumably the cameras are better on this. The microphone is better on this. I should nair my whole head, eyebrows and all. I mean, even if I wanted to remove all that hair, why would I do it with nair? Why not just shave it all off? With a handy razor blade and clippers. I don't know. Gee, I don't know. All I know is I don't have that cable, but fortunately this cable does charge it, so that's fine. It just doesn't charge it fast. I just have to buy one of those cables, C on both ends. I guess I'm getting pretty tired. Are you in stage 1 or in the rehab program? I don't get the insult. I'm sure you're referencing something that presumably one wouldn't want to be, but I am just not getting the insult. I'm sorry. Are you referring to cancer? I'm in denial about cancer? I don't have cancer. And as far as rehab goes, if you mean post-cancer rehab, I don't know. Interesting story for you. My boy Oscar actually raked in over $100,000 scalping Lego sets and reselling them 4 years later for 3 times markup to little kids. Well, good for him. Strider, good for him. One of the issues I have right now is I of course cannot tell if I'm in denial or not unless it's articulated precisely what I'm in denial purportedly about. I'm addicted to smoking fire ants on aluminum foil, sure, of course. I appreciate your advice, Kabini, of course. You're not the first person to tell me that, obviously. People tell me that every day, maybe, every other day. At least every other day. But guess what? Is it that thing in the back of my throat? Is it my punching bag in the back of the throat? That's what I think it is. Do you know what your weenus is? It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your weenus is? It's right here. Do you have any brains? I don't have any brains. I do have some brains, but none to spare. Do I snore? Not really. I don't know what you're talking about. Just gonna wait for this to charge up a little bit. Then I'm gonna go have a cigarette. Then I'll probably call it a night. I just took half of a Angela Lansbury, which is my nickname for olanzapine. If I take a whole one, it fucking knocks me the fuck out. But I still feeling I'm getting pretty tired, along with a couple of gabapentins, you know. Gabapentin, day and night. It's gabapentin. Are you a balding man? Are you in a balding man commercial? No, I'm not. I have yet to be invited to participate in any balding man commercials. I mean, most of those balding man commercials would be the kind of thing that in which the person who's balding purportedly gets some kind of hair treatment. There'd be a before and after, but I'm perfectly happy with my hair the way it is. Ahad Nadim, if you take like 8 or 10, they get you drunk. What do? Cyprexa? How do you know if you're asleep? Well, when one is asleep, one really isn't engaging in active knowing of that fact, right? Oh, gabapentins? Really? I didn't know that, big dog. Interesting. Have I heard about the DME business? No, I have not. What's that all about? What's the DME business? Okay, let me pull a couple bombs. For good health and good fortune. Oh, that's just the boogeyman. That's okay. Durable medical equipment? What about it? You're saying it's good to invest in that or something? Ahad Nadim, are you recommending that that's a growth industry? I wish I had some Norton. What's some Norton? What do I wish I had? What do I wish? What do I not wish? What do I not wish I had? A few things I don't wish I had, but there's plenty of things I wish I had. No, rotten. No, rotten. I'm not sure. Bum AIDS. Do you have butt AIDS, G? Is that what you're saying? I'm sorry to hear it. How did you get butt AIDS? Was it because you got a blood transfusion in your butt? You tell me you got it from a doorknob? Likely story. Likely story. Gabapentins or neurotins? Hmm. Like if I want to do the whole super cocktail, I'd take Adderall, Wellbutrin, Prozac, gabapentin, Zyprexa, and Klonopin all together. Big party in my mouth. But only some of those things really go together. Like I like Wellbutrin and Prozac together. Makes me feel like a real winner. But because the Prozac seems to take away some of the side effects of the Wellbutrin. And yesterday I didn't take it, and I felt kind of carsick when I got back. Today I didn't. But can you believe it? I solved the phone problem. That was a big burden off of my shoulders. If given the choice between a three-pronged fork and an electric-powered lawnmower, the fork. I don't want any kind of lawnmower. 300 XL is what you take. Oh, you're on Wellbutrin, you take 300. I can only take 150. If I take 300, I feel super car sick. But you know, Adderall helps reduce the side effects of it a little bit, and so does Prozac. Also, eating a lot. Do you find you have to eat a lot on it, big dog? You get like super starving? That's what I find. And I start feeling super car sick if I don't eat enough. Those are called Scottish Welbies. Hi, simple girl. Check it out. I'm live streaming on my new phone. Yes, I successfully logged in after many futile failed attempts. I finally did it. I did it, and we're all extremely happy forevermore. Just gives you a little bit of energy in the morning. Well, it is a dopamine reuptake inhibitor. I guess I should just delete that one since it's used. Swear there. Oh my God. Oh. Are you taking it to quit smoking or as an antidepressant? Why are you removing all of your messages? You just like to not leave a trail. Yeah, because they prescribe it for a couple of reasons, either as an antidepressant or to quit smoking. I got prescribed it as an antidepressant. Yeah, me too, big dog. I found it worked pretty well, but I find now that I'm not really depressed anymore. Feeling pretty enthusiastic about things. You know, tomorrow I want to get up. Now I don't have to figure the phone out tomorrow morning. So I want to get up and go over to the other house. I want to get that painting done this week. You know, they got you on multiple oxycodone for liver failure. I feel worse. Sorry to hear that, full edge. I guess liver failure must be very painful. Have you considered asking them for fentanyl? Maybe that would work better. Or are you on a list for a transplant? I'm glad I quit drinking 11 years ago, or probably I'd be having liver failure too. I'll probably be on that soon. Yes, you're on a list. Well, I wish you all the best with that. My liver, I think, is fine. My kidney, she seems to be fine. Heart seems to be fine. Everything seems to be fine so far. Except my eyes are getting a little bit bad. I have some shortness of breath sometimes, because I smoke a lot. Primary sclerosing cholangitis. Is that like sclerosis of the liver? Wait, what do they call that? Cirrhosis of the liver? My wang dang turned bloody black after I took Ozempic. Really? I guess don't take Ozempic. The fentanyl strips are a lot better. Are they? For chronic, very serious pain than Oxy? Interesting. I've never done anything like that before. And I don't really want to. Your uncle just went through the same thing? Through what thing? Through organ transplant? Or through liver failure? With the liver, with the kidney, they can give you dialysis, right? But they can't really do anything with the liver like that, I don't think. So did you drink a lot? Is that how you got it? I was an alcoholic and I quit 11 years ago. Oh, you were born with it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, it's probably better to have gotten it the way you got it. If you gave it to yourself by drinking too much, you'd feel like a real dummy. Well, Fallage. I mean, should have stayed away from. It's like, oh, I should have been Miss Prissy Prim do nothing all the time. Eh, should you really have been? I'm not sure about that. I certainly haven't been in my life, but you know, I gotta keep in mind, like, I feel stressed out about certain things, but you have a good reason to be stressed out. It must be difficult, and it must also be like there's a sense of you're in kind of a select club, you know? Like most people can't understand what you're going through at all. Just came upon this chat and saw PSC. I was just recently diagnosed with that. Tell me about it. Grandpa, my girl cheating me. Well, you got to dump her then. If she's cheating on you, got to dump her. What's PSC? What are you talking about? Some kind of sclerosis of the liver thing, or what? Hi, Matthew O'Day. Why women always cheating? I don't know. My woman's not cheating. I have been cheated on by my first wife. Oh, you have that too, Anthony? How did you get it? I got Hep C myself, and I don't know what to do if I can get rid of it or not. I don't know either. I'm sorry you have that. I guess that's something you get. Did you inject drugs? It's an autoimmune disease of the liver. My bile ducts won't let gallstones pass. My liver is scarred and full of cysts. Yeah, gee, that's what Hep is. I'm asking Big Dog how he got Hep C. So it is the case, Agung Alberno, that some women don't cheat and some do, and some men don't cheat and some do. And I'm not sure what the numbers are, but you can find a good significant other and have a wonderful relationship and be able to trust them without concern, as I can with my beautiful wife Rachel. Um, I'm not worried about her cheating at all. Of course, it is true that we are isolated out in the woods here, and she doesn't um, drive, etc. Well, Big Dog, you know, I've done plenty of dumb drug things too. I worry less about the having shot up than and more about the like what you did while afterwards. If you like, it depends what you were shooting up. Like if you were shooting up meth, it can people can kind of get a little wild and crazy. PSC. Oh right, Matthew O'Day says I'm going to school to be a doctor there, trying to find a cure for PSC. Have they tried aloe vera? I think maybe they should try rubbing aloe vera on it. Oh, I used to shoot up cocaine. Fun. I'm sure that was a lot of fun. You can go through a series of um, shots. For what? For PSC? What you should do is look for some sort of bullshit shame and offering some kind of holistic medicine cure. Those always work. Oh, you can get shots for get rid of Hep C? Oh, okay, cool. Hot railing's fine, gee. Big difference between hot railing and shooting up. Jesus. It's like, what's so much worse about hot railing and cold railing? 9-year window before a liver transplant. Well, I did a lot of math too, and I didn't really do much cocaine though. Narrowing of bile ducts. Narrow bile ducts. Got a picture of the doctor getting a tape measure out. Oh, these bile ducts are too narrow. How much is my phone charged at this point? I need to find out because I want to move away from this spot, but ideally I don't want to take the charger with me. Let me see. Let me put my glasses on. Wow. Where are they though? Well, at least I figured this phone shit out. Okay. Um, what do you think hot railing is? Hot railing is snorting. Taking ursodiol for my liver. Ursodiol, huh? Okay, going to the doctor. I understand that. Hot railing is just a combination. No, no, no. Hot railing is you snort a line, right? But you do it with a glass tube, the end of which you heat very hot. Okay? Very hot. And then you snort the line. It has to be long enough that it's very like white hot at this end, or red hot at least. White hot ideally. And it's still cool at this end, so you have to have a long enough tube. And then when you snort it up, it feels like you're snorting a line, but then you blow out a big cloud of smoke. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I couldn't believe it when when I saw it demonstrated the first time. Keeping in mind that hot railing is different than hot knifing. Hot knifing is something you do generally with like hash, but you could in theory do it with other things. Where you get a cold knife, ideally a bigger one, and then a hot knife that you get superheated, and then you get something to suck up the smoke with, and like that. You were the first person I have seen that is speaking about living with this condition. Send me a message if possible. Yeah, sure. I should just tell you guys also that sometimes people want to send, like, connect with each other via me and my email. That's fine if you want to do that. If you each want to send me an email saying hook me up with the other one, rather than putting your email address here, then my email address should be listed in the description, but I'll copy and paste it. Yeah, here it is. Pow. Copy. Pow. And paste. Pow. And pow. No, you're not hijacking shit. This is fine. This is interesting to me. Obviously it's a serious topic, but I think it's fantastic that you guys actually found each other here. It seems like weirdly synchronicity-ish to have two people here who both have this weird obscure disease. And you guys didn't know each other from before. That's just like weird, but I think it's cool. So anyway, you guys can always email me if you want and say, can you hook? This is Phalage. Can you hook me up with Anthony? And Anthony says, Anthony can hook me up with Phalage, and I'll forward one of your emails to the other one, so you guys have each other's email address. This is not the first time that I've been intermediary between two people emailing, because people don't feel comfortable usually putting their email in the chat. I of course do, because I have my email right there in the description. And you know what? Still not very many people email me. People think it's like very risky to have their email online or something. As if it were that easy to get emailed by people. It's not that easy. Like, oh, well, people could find your address so easily, Eric. Like, well, it's not that easy to get people that interested in you. They want to go to your house. Well, you're lucky you saw what you saw, because he tends to pick, take a branch and smush out his trail behind him. How about them Dallas Cowboys? I suspect that the Dallas Cowboys are, you know, feeling less than ideal. What is it, 26%? Okay. You've had 3 surgeries in this past 2 years, 4-hour surgeries. Very expensive, I'm sure, and I'm sure just like hard on your body and everything. Well, I want you to know that I've got my fingers crossed that somebody dies in a car crash near you tonight, and they've got a perfectly good liver and an organ donor sticker on their license. Your pug loves Trump. Well, I mean, I didn't know dogs had preferences for different people on TV. Max Lynch, hey man, what's up? A lot of different things, Max. So many things are up, and also at the same time, so few. Paradoxical, yes. Important, yes. Your pug is also a barber. Wow, that's a talented pug. Who does he give haircuts to? Does he have a lot of clients? Pathway dilation. You gotta dilate my pathways, Doc. I can't dilate Rachel's pathways right now because she's on her period. Any advice for anxiety and depression? Well, I took Wellbutrin, which is good for depression. Doesn't do much for anxiety. As far as anxiety goes, if you get rid of the depression, probably the anxiety, you'll be able to act more and resolve some anxiety with some solvency rather than drugs. But also exercise. Not advice I follow myself, but I firmly believe that if I were to get a decent exercise most days, I'd feel a lot better and have better mental and emotional health. Although I do feel like my mental and emotional health right now is pretty good. Uh, I was super stoked when I solved my phone problem, because since yesterday morning I went down to Merced. I got this new phone, and since then I have been struggling to get myself logged into Google. And I finally figured it out tonight. I was assuming I was going to have to call Google or something. That's what the lady told me, is that I'm going to have to figure out how to talk to actual Google. But instead, I did not have to do that. And we are saved. I've logged into my phone. It was such a moment of great triumph. I felt such satisfaction. As I could see it coming together, I was like, wait a second. I can generate these backup codes. Oh my God. I can try. It does have it listed here now. I've gotten rid of, I did a couple of different things. I'm not sure whether they were necessary or not, but I did a few different things um, before generating the backup codes. Like logging out of my flip phone and saying, this is not a connected device anymore. And then, then a couple of things. It's boring TE stuff. It doesn't matter. You're kind of cute. You look like my brother. Maddie B. Fishing, I've got some news for you. I am your brother. Your pug wants to play quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Well, he's likely to have to learn to live with disappointment. Princess Nokia, hello. Are you the princess of the Nokia phone family? My uncle taught me how to kiss when I was 14. Well, I'm glad I'm your brother instead of your uncle. Did your uncle teach me how to kiss as well? Is that where I learned my incredibly sensual and seductive technique, which is like this? No, I got a Samsung S25 Ultra. This one. I don't know. It's like, of course, what I feel about it? I feel like it's the same as It's the same as my own phone. It has all the same functionalities. It just maybe it's got a better microphone. Maybe it's got Princess Nokia. I suspect you may be affording Maddie B Fishing too much benefit of the doubt. Have you considered that? Because I don't think what he's saying is true. I think he's just trying to be provocative. I've been around the block a few times. I've been doing this YouTube and stuff for a long time now. Careful. I should have bought a Nokia instead of Samsung. Well, I bought a Samsung. What am I supposed to be careful of? Oh, big dog. I see your pug is all barking about. Yeah, better watch out. That pug looks like it has a lot of persistence. The persistence he needs to take you down. Is he really acting like that? He's just making claims about stuff that is very provocative for the sake of doing so, I think. Probably an abused dog wouldn't make those kind of provocative statements. So I'm not sure about the comparison there. Well, you could say that I'm the Sigma Rislin Mega Chad. No on the Skibbity, Ohio toilet, though. Although I will acknowledge that I have, of course, paid my phantom tax. Okay, I don't know about Libby Dunn. I don't know what that is. Do you mean to say Baby Gronks? I'm not sure what you mean there by Baby Bronx. And I don't know what Libby Dunn is, so. Princess Nokia says I can confirm his uncle is hung as F. I'm not his uncle. OMG, I'm the Alpha Riz. Oh, so I thought it was Sigmund. I'm Alpha Riz? Okay. That's fine. I'm Rislin like bacon. Baby Gronk is the goat. Okay, what's that other thing, Princess Nokia? The other thing he said. Divvy Lung or something. Livy Dunn. Chihuahuas are angry because they're so small. Livy Dunn. Who's that? I'll Google it. That's fine. Make me Google something. God. A gymnast. I'm Livy Dunn. I'm a gymnast. Look at me. I'm flipping everything. Livy Dunn puts troll on blast, directly calling him out in her post 3 hours ago. The viral LSU gymnast and influencer wasn't letting this troll's diss on her Instagram post go. Let's find out what she's did here. She's super popular. 13 million followers. Daisy Dukes and Boots. Her crazy post like her most recent insane gymnastics moves at home. But not everybody. And Fire Purple Workout Gear wrote chillaxing on it. Okay, you chillax. Oh my god. Look at this shit. Oh, yeah. Livy Dunn, what are you doing? What are you doing? Can you imagine putting this as your Instagram post? Just chillaxing. That's what I'm doing. I'm just chillaxing. Look, this is how I naturally look. You know, I didn't like put on makeup or anything. No, I'm just chillaxing. See, my arms are out in a relaxed fashion. Ridiculous. Well, let's see what happens here. Except she couldn't chillax because one fan replied in the comments mid. Oh. She didn't let this comment go by, this W_clowny1, and she replied, your last name has the word clown in it. Burn? Oh boy. Lane Kiffin's daughter Presley flexes shoestring tank top away from USC. Well, let's see what she looks like. This is what Lane Kiffin's daughter looks like. I'm not sure if this is like an article about her or what, but so that's Lane Kiffin's daughter. Presley Kiffin. I have another picture of her. Drops boyfriend Instagram official post for major news. She shares a sweet moment with her basketball player boyfriend. Where's this sweet moment? There it is. Oh my gosh, what a sweet moment. That moment is so sweet. Okay, this is dumb. So why is Livy Dunn so famous? What did she do besides put up a dumbass Instagram post of her all posy and shit? She needs to understand that asshole guys like to talk shit. Those aren't even Daisy Dukes. They're just shorts, and she's got on stockings and those horrible boots. Like, ridiculous. I don't know why she's famous at all. So she's a gymnast. So what? Why is she famous? What's she famous for? Making that stupid face? Like, who does that anyway? Why would you do that? I want you to imagine me posing for a picture. Wouldn't you be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Wouldn't somebody say that to me? I'm sure somebody would say that to me. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Look up lovely peaches. Lovely peaches. Okay. Look up lovely peaches. Lovely peaches, huh? Lovely peaches. Is she makes music? Okay, well, let me listen to something. I'm gonna have to mute here probably to do this. So I don't get a. Do you have something you recommend me listen to? She's got over 100,000 subs. That's pretty good. No, I'm not gonna do that, Enderman. She's famous for being hot. That's literally it. Besides that, she's useless. Healing gaze plus pout equals Vogue cover shite. All her music is peak. Well, okay, I'm gonna tell you what it is, whether it's good or not. So you might be right, you might be wrong. I'll find out right now. Let me go to videos, sort by popular, and I'll listen to our most popular one first. You Don't Know Me by Lovely Peaches. Oh my God, it's so horrible. I can't believe how bad it is. It's so horrible. I still type people and stuff. I don't always talk about it. No, it's horrible. It is so bad. Oh my God. I cannot believe how bad it is. It's stunningly bad. I would not, if it came on in a store or something and I was walking through there, I'd be like, if it starts to bother me, I'd say to Rachel, what the fuck is this horrible music? I would literally do that. Well, she's got some big old titties. Ain't no denying that. Good for you, Chief 408D. You get a prize. You get a prize. Everybody gets a prize. Why? Because all the planets are going to line up like tomorrow or something. Well, I'm just not exactly my type, I would say. Let's put it that way. Just I like them thick, but not quite that thick. Maybe it's a little, a little too thick for me, I think. I just don't think I'm man enough for all that woman. Venus is going in retrograde and Mars has gone direct. I see. Well, Mercury must have come out of retrograde because I fixed my phone problem. How's my daughter doing these days? She's fine. She lives in LA, like 5 hours from here. No, I don't think so. Gee. If you want um, some ratchet girl that's actually good, listen to Dominique Young Unique. Princess Nokia, don't get implants. That's dumb. Your tits are just fine the way they are. Okay? There's nothing wrong with you. And you know what? Here's another thing. Jesus loves you. Why? Well, it's not because of your titties, okay? He's not going to love you any different, no matter how big your titties are. So I just say, leave them alone. They're fine. Surgery is never a good idea unless it's required. When you have a baby, they will get bigger for a while you're feeding it. I know this because my first wife was pretty flat chested and she grew some cup sizes, I guess you'd say, when she was breastfeeding. And when she was done, they went back down to normal. So be prepared for that. What you could do is have a baby instead of getting breast implants and then just stay lactating for the rest of your life. It's a natural way to give yourself a boob job. Well, Princess Nokia, if you're saying that because you've never seen my wife's magnificent breasts, and I'm glad you've never seen them, but if you were to see them, you'd say, I retract what I just said. I do indeed agree, Eric. I am beholding magnificence. I am sorry I doubted you. Soap in a tube sock, 2 bits. I've got a younger wife because I'm pimping like that. And, she's naturally well endowed especially given that she's a petite woman, 5'2". Oh, she's got a sweet ass too, I'll tell you, Silver Girl. Everything about her is just, mm. Hmm. Also, her vaginina, her belly button, everything about her. Beautiful. Well, or you could go balanced, right? You know, I'll take both. I'll take both is fine. Sometimes you can't get both. But you know what? You don't end up choosing a woman because of that anyway. What you end up choosing a woman for is because she's the right woman for you. Not because her ass looks a certain way or her tits look a certain way, because that's just physical stuff that is important that you find your partner sexy and everything and want to hump them. But, you know, you can't pick the person you're with just based on that. That'd be silly. You should pick the person with based on compatibility. I'm a gonna get a boob job and a tummy tuck. Oh, come on, lady. Treat your body nice. Don't do all that surgery and stuff. I'm getting really tired from the lands of beans and I guess the other stuff. So I think I'm gonna go to bed. There are too many hot women in the world based on hotness. You shouldn't only date someone because of their looks, but isn't it nice? Yeah, I mean it's great. Rachel's like the first person I've been with since my very first girlfriend when I was like 18, who when I'm actually very attracted to. My first wife, I don't know, you mean you weren't attracted to the people in between 18 and 48, Eric? Not really, no. First wife, second wife, Kimberly. So I always thought, well, you shouldn't prioritize that. But this relationship has made me realize how important it is, actually. No, she's 40. She's 40 years old. My wife is 40. It's a big difference between 18 and 40. And she's a wonderful lady. Okay, I'm about to pass out. I'll see you guys later. Bye.